What's up, guys? We're actually on a street called Oil Fields, which is kind of funny. I mean, this car just goes through gas like nothing. But anyways, weather finally cleared up. You know, it's the pavement's dry, and we're gonna finally do a video on how these drag radials behave on dry pavement. So let's see how they do. Car's cold. Well, I warmed up the car, but the tires are cold. The pavement's cold, 66 degrees outside. And we'll see how they do. You know, this isn't the first time I've had these tires on a car. Kind of know what to expect, but it has been over 3 months, 4 months actually, that I've had this. So, all right, like 5 miles an hour and. And then there it is. There's the unbalanced wheels up front. But that was, oh man, it's been such a long time since I've experienced traction in this car. Like I said, 3 months. That was a really big difference on first gear. That was a huge difference. My last setup was a 295/55 Mickey Thompson ET Street. It's a slightly wider tire, lower profile. On a 15x10 SVE drag wheel, but I was still running my 20-inch HREs up front. They're 10.5 inches wide, so car was on the 85 and it hooked everywhere, but it just, on my first gear, wasn't this fast, and I suspect that's because of the front HRE wheels. Now that I have the 17x7s up front, you can feel it. You have a lot more weight savings on the car. You know, it's not just weight, it's rotating mass, which has a bigger impact. And the car's on 91 octane right now, and it runs strong. That first gear it surprised me, to be quite honest. Just like 0 to 50 in like no time at all, which is fine. Speed limit here is 55, so we're good. But yeah, that was a gigantic difference. And the tires are cold. I didn't do a burnout. I didn't torch him. I didn't do any of that, racy stuff. I just turned the car out of the garage, took it out, wound on the racetrack, and that's it. Pavement's cold, tires are cold, and the car's hooking. I'd be lying to you guys if I said I have 100% traction in first. I'd say it's more like 85, 90% traction. Towards the top of first gear, I did feel the tires spin a little bit, but it's not like dramatic going sideways, your RPMs just sweeping, kind of spinning. Like, the car's going straight and it's pulling hard. So that's what you want in a tire. And I'm happy. Like, this is nutty, and the car's comfortable. I'm still slammed. I raised the car a little bit up front, but the car rides much, much better. I have a much bigger sidewall front and back, and this car rides really, really well. And like handling wise, it's a little floaty, but that's just because I have the rear drag wheels. One thing you will notice when you have these drag wheels is upon hard, damn, dude, you gotta lift the truck. What are you doing? Upon hard braking, especially like if you're on some sort of like sweeping turn or something, these drag tires, they have such a big sidewall and they're so like soft that it feels like the car's going like this. Like it feels like the back of your car is like waving, but it's not. Your car's still going straight. So I suspect that's why a lot of people crash these cars on radials. They'll probably be going triple digits, and then they decide a hard brake and the car starts waving on them, and they try to correct something that's not happening. So then bad stuff happens. But that happens on hard braking, and also if you're accelerating through like a sweeping turn, it's gonna feel like that. Even now, like this, like usually on a car, you'll go boom, boom. On this, it's like you go like that, and as you're turning the other way, it's still like floating. It's kind of cool. Like you've got to experience it, but you got to know it's there, so you know what to expect. But yeah, it handles great. These front tires, they're only 215s, and they're completely fine. I would daily drive on it. I would take turns on it. I don't care. Which is why I went with the 17x7, so I can fit a 215. The 17x4.5s, wheels like this wide, and you know, what are you gonna run on that? Like a 195, 175? I don't know. I wouldn't run that. This is a good setup. I really like it, and it's really light. Now, traction is really, really underestimated. This car literally feels like it gained 150 horsepower, and that's just because of the tires. It has traction now. The car's not going everywhere. It's accelerating fast. I recommend to anybody that has a car with over 400 horsepower, maybe 500 if we can push it a little bit, before you go ahead and get headers, you know, all that stuff, headers, intake, nitrous, even a supercharger. You know, if you've got a 5.0 Mustang and you're like, oh man, I want to go get a supercharger, like, okay, it's gonna be cool from like 70, 80 miles an hour plus, but in the street you're gonna be useless. You're gonna get beat by a Toyota Camry, you know what I mean? Like, they're just gonna go and you're gonna be there like, wah, wah, wah. Like, you're just gonna be spinning the whole time. Get a good set of tires. It'll make a difference. What's the use of having more power if you're not gonna put it to the ground? You're just gonna ice skate, you know? But yeah, 100% worth the money. Tires, I got them from America's Tire. I got the 275/60 Mickey Thompson ET Street SS's, and I forget what I got up front, but they're W rated, which is good for up to 160 mile an hour, 215/55. The fronts were like $60 each. The rears were, you know, roughly, I think like 2 something. With installation and everything, I paid like $600 for tires. And then, you know, you get the drag wheels, whether you get the 4-stars, which I think look great. You know, you can get them like at American Muscle or anything for like $1,100, $1,000. I don't know what they go for really. You can get some welds for like $1,400. SVE drag wheels if you really want to cheap out. I had them. The quality's night and day difference between 4-star and SVE. They worked though. I mean, if that's where you want to go. If you don't want to spend money, you can do that. But yeah, 100% worth the money, guys. It's just a short video. I'm on my way to the tire shop to get these front tires balanced. Probably shouldn't have done this. But yeah, I mean, that's the way it is. So another first gear pull. There it is. 100% traction again. Well, 85, but yeah, you can't beat it. This car's 100% usable now, everywhere. I'm not rolling in a 700 horsepower, you know, useless car anymore. Where if I want to accelerate, I don't know if I'm going to end up in a curb or, you know, pull a Mustang and run into a little crowd. But you know, now I'm good. I know the car's going to go straight. So that's it, guys. You have any suggestions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. Any questions about the drag setup? You want to see, you know, me do like a canyon on the drag setup or something dumb like that, let me know. I'll go ahead and try and do it. I am having camera issues right now. The reason I haven't uploaded it was because I've had mic issues. Just figured it out. The mic was getting loose. My GoPro screen actually broke. My Osmo's getting repaired. So just bear with me here. I will get more content out. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.